Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. In the last episode I got a bit ragey and maybe I should explain. I am a person, I'm very much like, get to the point, you know. I hate going around it all the time, like, just get to the point, you know. Like, I just want to proceed, you know. Like, also with movies and series and everything, I hate it when they're like, you know, it makes you more submerged in everything, and I totally get that. But for me, that's not happening at all. So I'm just like, get to the point, and I will like it. Like, I'd rather watch a 10-minute series or episode or whatever, or movie even, that just gets to the point straight away, rather than a 3-hour movie that was just filler everywhere. You know, I just hate that stuff. But yeah, that's just me. That's just my personality. Like, I just hate that. So, yeah, but otherwise, I really love the story. So, yeah, as long as they get to the point at some point. Let's jump into it. It seems Whisker has the Saltry security well in hand. I, meanwhile, have discussed the next steps with Master Watt and completed my inspection of the site. With little work, the vacant buildings here could be made into very presentable dwellings. Message from General Ul'dah. Yay. The dude is struggling with the box. Why doesn't he put it down? Apologies for the interruption, miss, but the General would speak with you at your earliest convenience. Do not feel obliged to wait around on my account. I will remain here to hammer out the finer details with Watt and act as an intermediary with our business partners in Ul'dah. You should go. General Ul'dah asks that you wait for him by the main gate in the Ala Mhigo quarter. My apologies again, miss. Fare you well. Alrighty, let's go to Ala Mhigo. Alrighty, we're in Ala Mhigo, waiting once again. There's so much waiting in this game, I can't. Aww. That's pretty.
Apologies for the wait.
No worries. I like you
People
still.
are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours. We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be imperial troops, but after further investigation, their true identities came to light. I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius, the fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal. Aye, well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
The nice would be forfeit. Execution is not the answer. Man, why should we execute them?
You would spare these animals? Yours is a more merciful brand of justice than mine.
As long as we don't execute Fordola, we don't execute anyone else. What the hell?
In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard. Well, that concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me. I bear a share of the blame for Ilberd's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Ala Mhigan liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did. Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't. But even after all that has happened, my homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Ala Mhigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Ul'dah and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Father...
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword.
Yeah, do that.
But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
It is. Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain. Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
You know, whatever makes you happy, man. Especially, why would I care? Like, I don't live in Ul'dah. I don't live in Ala Mhigo. Like, why would I care? It took longer than I intended, but at least you know where I stand. Now that's settled. Ironwold, what news? You may have a problem, sir. A group of Ananta has arrived at the main gates, and I don't mean the Viera. These are Kaliana, the ones that summoned the Primal. They're insisting they be allowed to attend the council. Lise is trying to reason with them, but she may need help. An invitation was extended to all the native beast tribes, but we assumed the Kaliana would refuse it out of hand. We had best go and see for ourselves. Pippin, take command of our forces and be ready for battle. Why can't they take part? Lura, you've dealt with these Kaliana before. I'd have you at my side. I thought they invited the beast tribes. Man, okay, let's go. Alrighty, we're here. Let's see what's the problem. Nora, Raubahn, gods, it's good to see you. Slayer has come. We have not forgotten how you sinned against the Lady of Bliss, but we did not come here to shed blood. You came to seek harmony with all who call Gyr Abania home. If this is truly your wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta. It is our wish, and you are welcome, but we cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you first surrender any crystal jewelry. You have my word that it will all be returned to you when the meeting is over. Don't they need a lot of crystals? We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. I reckon that's the closest we're going to get to a compromise, and we will have people standing guard. What? Did they take the weapons from everyone and the crystals and everything? I let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. Why did I have to come now? Why do I have the feeling we've welcomed a Viper into our midst? Well, maybe because we did. Maybe because they're snake people. Return of the Bull. The Kaliana Elder's intentions seem at odds with all we know of her tribe. What think you, Lura? Them cannot be trusted. Mayhap even them can learn to compromise. I mean, why not? Like, I don't know. You believe an understanding can be reached. That's not entirely unheard of, I suppose. Those who followed Saint Shiva eventually sought reconciliation with Ishgard. Whatever the truth, I would take no chances. The guard must be strengthened, ideally with people who know a thing or two about primals. Can we rely on the Scions? I round up our comrades and send them to the Ala Mhigo quarter. You can go on ahead if you like, Laura. My thanks, I will see you in the palace. Alrighty, let's go. We're waiting again. Y'shtola! The Rive brought reinforcements. Ernwald told me of the arrival of our unexpected guests, and I agreed that it would be prudent to call upon Y'shtola and Fenkred as well. Oh, Fenkred too. I didn't even recognize him with that. One can never be too careful when dealing with the enthralled. I'm not familiar with the Kalyana tribe myself, but Alize's report suggested that they shunned contact with other races, despised it in fact, even compared to other Ananta. Indeed, this apparent reversal in attitude is most curious. No one expected a response to our invitation, much less an envoy. And I imagine Lise was forced to make some rather hasty arrangements in order to accommodate them. Speaking of which, how should we deploy ourselves? If the meeting is to be held in the throne room, it would seem wise to have eyes both inside and outside the palace. Y'shtola and I can stand guard without. That leaves the three of you to keep watch over proceedings in the throne room itself. Understood. We should join General Alden inside then. Laura, do you know of the rear entrance to the palace? It's on the eastern edge of the city, at the top of the stairs. The guard there should have been instructed to let us pass. Alrighty. Well, let's go. And we're here. You're with the Scions, Miss. General Alden left orders that you were to be escorted inside. If you'll follow me. Let's go. Better get some voice acting.
Thank you all for coming.
That's the thing, we had nothing to do with the Kikern either, right? Besides just infiltrating them. Like, why were they invited?
I am Lise Hext, and I speak for the Resistance. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Gyr Abania to help decide the future of Ala Mhigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question. What was the first thing you noticed when you came in?
The new dress.
For me, it was that empty throne.
Someone should be on that throne.
It has no one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place? Or should someone else sit there?
He's like, I take it gladly, don't worry.
Then let's sit here in a circle. As equals. And I hope, as friends.
Oh, it's a friend circle.
Expertly done. Lise has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game and positioned them to consider a joint government. All things considered, I would say events have got off to a fine start.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ragenfrid. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kaliana. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Gyr Abania devote themselves to our faith. You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi!
Not happening.
Lady of Bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage!
Welcome back.
This can't be happening. No crystals were allowed through the door.
We can worry about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all.
It's up to us.
Gods damn it! The guards were already turned! Fools!
Ow. No one in there got turned but the guards out there.
No, you don't!
The Kaliana would see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvold to shield us.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
All right, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Ah, whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick. Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
How do we fight her without leaving our allies wide open? We can't stay on the back foot forever. No, damn it. If I think like that we've already lost, I have the Warrior of Light at my side. We can do this. Of course we can. Is that right, Laura? Yeah. Sure. I beat her once, I will beat her again. Why is he so far away, man? Can't even attack like that.
Why, I offer you peace and serenity. I shall free you from your hate!
Can she stop with that? That's really annoying. Oh no. Ah, good.
Damn it all! It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
Let's go. Dun, dun, da, da, da. Oh, he did not just run through me. Bye. Oh, there she is. Huh? Can I get out, please? Thank you.
Do not your souls weigh heavy?
Raubahn is good. But oh, this is taking so long.
Here it comes!
Darkness hold no solace.
Yay. Whoop whoop.
We did it! We beat her!
What is this? I'm only gonna say this once. The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help. They need someone with the Echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't. I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now. You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Ala Mhigo. Your choice.
Wow.
Seven hells. It's her, the butcher.
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
You are not forgiven. Not you. You I will never forgive. But I will thank you. For standing against a primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
Ah, she cried. Nope. Well fought, Laura. Aaronwald, that was a near thing. Aye, our stand against the Kaliana would have been brief indeed, had you not volunteered for guard duty. We'd be enthralled as surely as our sentries were. They must have planned this far in advance. Security was my responsibility, and I know how dangerous primals can be. I should have... It's my fault, my stupid mistake. Neil, as we're all caught unawares, we will take this as a lesson and watch our own more carefully in future. You can be sure that the lackeys who smuggled the crystals into the throne room weren't the only thralls in our ranks. The soldier who first spoke up in favor of the Kaliana keeping their weapons springs to mind. Our primal servant is betrayed by his aura. If you mean to conduct an investigation, I can identify any others acting under Sri Lakshmi's influence. Thanks, Yashtola. We'd appreciate the help. Speaking of help, I almost fell over when Fordola turned up. What was she even doing here? I asked her to come. Well, that explains it then. It's sad, but Ragnfrid was right. Her victims will never forgive her for what she's done. But I don't think Fordola picked up that sword looking for forgiveness. She wanted to fight for her country. If you say the world in which Fordola grew up is partially to blame for what she became, then as an Ala Mhigo, I feel responsible for improving that world. We can't ignore what's happening right now. We have to show people a better way than vengeance, or we risk giving birth to a new generation of skulls. You know, that's the thing, not all of the Ala Mhigans turn out like her, like it's literally just her. I know it's idealistic, but I want to help people to let go of their old grievances and to make peace with each other. Now hold 1,000 meetings and talk till I'm blue in the face if that's what it takes. This is a long and arduous path you have chosen, but one well worth walking. Rest assured that I will do what I can to help you reach your destination. Thank you, Elfino. The first step will be to get our representatives back in the throne room. They're a little shaken, but not one of them seemed ready to run. We're all determined to finish what we started. I will see that you're not interrupted. Laura, you and the Scions are to stand down. Get some rest, you've earned it.
A fine spot to contemplate the heavens. The meeting is over. The envoys have chosen to instate a government model on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people. It is a fair decision, and one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Gyr Abania's stars one last time before I leave.
Like he can't travel here, can he? So she can travel by herself.
Forget something? Your Grace, there was no word.
Raubahn Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
But, Your Grace...
Raubahn, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Ala Mhigo.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me? Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Ul'dah? For years and years, we have trusted one another, yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him. I will show you a sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies. So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
Nanamo.
Smile for me, Raubahn. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Ul'dah.
Tomorrow you will serve Ala Mhigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
Where's that smile she wanted? I love that they act like there is no traveling whatsoever in this game. Like, if you're at one place, you will never go anywhere else.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise, but we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow. No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Gyr Abania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project. She was in search of General Ul'dah, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest. But I must yield the floor to Raubahn. He has an important announcement to make.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
Twould seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
You may be getting on in years, father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Yes, the bull of Ala Mhigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor, and you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
If, he says. Welcome home, Raubahn.
She looks like she lived here longer than him.
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised. Either you are more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Ala Mhigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
God damn, this quest is long. I think it's about time I headed back to Ragos Reach. What's next for all of you? Alice would be eager to hear of recent events, so I shall join you if you have no objections. I'd welcome the company. Laura, why don't you come along to the Reach as well once you've said your farewells to Nanamo and the others? Upon completion of this quest, you will be able to access the palace's rooftop gardens by speaking to the royal... Okay, nice. Yeah, let's go to Ragos Reach. Alrighty, we're in Ragos Reach. Let's see what Lise has to say. Well, here we are again. Efna has regaled me with a thrilling tale of hidden treasure troves, meeting betrayals, unlikely alliances, and joyous homecomings. It would seem I missed everything. I was patrolling the palace grounds with Fencrit and Yashola when we heard the report of a primal on the throne room. I honestly doubted my own ears. As others have said, we were lucky to have our echo-blessed champions nearby this time. But we'll need to keep a closer eye on the Kalyana. You can say that again. This whole episode has reminded me just how far apart our kinds still are. Looks like centuries of fear and mistrust really can't be washed away in a day. But someone has to make an effort at reconciliation if these conflicts are never going to end. Naturally, a lot of people are crying out for vengeance, but I've been doing my best to calm things down. Violent reprisals will only lead to more summonings. Indeed, violence will ever beget violence, as the Empire has learned to its cost in recent times. In any case, summoning Lakshmi was the Broodmother's doing, and whoever replaces her might not be so keen on the idea. We just have to watch and wait. Which isn't to say we won't be putting the safety of our allies in the Viera and M tribes first. I plan to have resistance scouts keep track of the Kalyana's movements at all times. My parents will be relieved to hear that. What are your plans for the rest of the resistance army out of interest? Are we to prepare for imperial counterattacks? That would be a question for the Resistance's newest recruit, a military commander with far more experience than me. What? The Bull of Ala Mhigo? We call it an army, but the Resistance is really a collection of smaller independent groups, and when Conrad passed his command to me, that authority only extended to the freedom fighters based in Ragos Reach. He just happened to be serving as the Resistance spokesman at the time and needed someone to take over the role while everything was in disarray, but the time has passed. When I speak with the other leaders about reforming the army under the new government, I'll be nominating Raubahn as the overall commander of our forces. He has more experience than the rest of us put together. We stand to learn a lot from him. Indeed, he is in all respects the ideal choice, assuming he accepts the post. Ala Mhigo will have added a formidable weapon to its arsenal. And given the progress of Nanamo's resettlement initiative, I see great cause for hope. The seeds which we so carefully sowed have begun to quicken, my friends. I like that. We tend to our promises and watch as Ala Mhigo blooms. Nice. Oh my god, there's actually another cutscene. Hey, Kugane. Oh, Gesetsu made it here. I do give thanks to the kami that my makeshift raft withstood the fury of the seas. But their generosity ended. Without coins in our pockets for new attire, we are doomed to look like so much jetsam. Woe betide the poor men in a city of rich merchants. Offends now. These dango are delicious. Will you have one? More sweetbreads. I surrendered my blade to secure what few coins we have. Why does he give her the money though? Doesn't seem that smart. It's like talking to a child. Why fate saddled me with this burden I shall never know. But I am alive and I must return to my master's side. Come to you. We shall find the ship to carry us across the Ruby Sea. Well, well. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Have you read the reports? First Doma then Ala Mhigo and Lord Sino's put to the sword. Do not believe everything you read. I hear the Viceroy was merely wounded and that he has already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chests and boast loudly of taking his head regardless. Nay, Lord Sinos lives. What? Didn't we check? Deplorable that our own officers should be fooled by Eorzean misinformation. Small wonder the provinces have begun rising up in rebellion. We must prepare an official and above all accurate announcement to quell these pernicious rumors. They would wage war with empty words. Let them produce the Viceroy's remains then. We shall soon put a lie to their claims. Who that? What? Okay. But we're gonna end this episode here. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like what you see, and obviously subscribe if you would like to see more. I try to upload every single day. So once again, thanks so much for watching, and bye bye.